Brian, let me ask you a point-blank question.
Yeah.
What would your advice be to mix engineers who feel like they're trapped in the imitation game and they want to move into the innovation game, but they're having trouble convincing artists to let them do their thing? What advice would you have for them?
Here's the deal. If an artist is not letting you do your thing, why did they hire you? That's the question I'd have to ask those people, because if you're a mixing engineer, you're not going to have a successful mixing engineering studio. You're not going to have a career out of this if you do not have a sound that is desirable. And if you achieve that desirable sound by just ripping off other people, that's a short-lived career. Your career will actually last less time than the person who you're ripping off. And so that's an unsustainable model. So if you want to ever have your own sound, you have to be willing to turn work down or to be a little bit more adamant about creating your own sound when you're working with artists, or else you will continually be stuck on this treadmill of, yeah, I got paid, but it's because I could make this band sound like this one artist. When bands come to me and ask me to make them sound like someone else's mix, I'll give specific examples in this, because anyone that knows the metal world will know what I'm talking about. Anyone that doesn't know metal will still understand what I'm talking about. I am Brian Hood. If someone comes to me, they should want some variation of a Brian Hood mix, my sound mixed with their band, that should hopefully create that band's own unique sound. If they come to me wanting to sound like another band, that's a conversation where I say, you are not that band. Go join that band if you want to sound like that. I'm going to make you sound like your own band. But what occasionally I'll get is a band that comes to me and says, we want to sound like this Will Putney mix. We want to sound like North Lane, a band that Will Putney mixed. Great band, great mix, love it. But I will always say every single time, if you want to sound like that, go hire Will Putney to mix your record, because I will not make your stuff sound like that. Not only do I not want to make it sound like that, because that's not my sound, I am incapable of making it sound like that. At the very best, it's just going to be a cheap ripoff of a Will Putney mix, because that's not how my stuff sounds. And so there is a balance between not progressing out of your sound that I have to fight with myself, while also not trying to rip off someone else. Very fine line to ride, but I'm just saying you have to be willing to tell bands, no, that's not what you do, and you're probably not a good fit for me. So that's my long answer for the question of what do you do when someone wants to sound like someone else is. Go tell them to go hire that other person.